Do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more moral stories. Watch to the end to get the summary lesson of the story. Once again, welcome to the YouTube channel Whispers of the Ancestors.
Tucked away in the quiet hills of Cross River State, Nigeria, lies Abang, a small but remarkable village. On the surface, it appears like many other rural settlements: red earth roads, thick green trees, scattered houses, and a deep sense of community. But within this quiet corner of the country lies a linguistic mystery that has puzzled scholars and amazed visitors. In Abang, men and women speak completely different languages. This is not a case of regional dialects or accents. The words used by males and females are entirely separate. For instance, the word for clothing is inki when spoken by men, but women call it ariga. The same goes for many other common words, from objects to actions. It's not just the pronunciation that changes, it's the vocabulary itself. What's even more fascinating is that both genders fully understand each other, despite speaking different languages. There's no need for translation, no confusion in daily life. The people of Abang have grown up in this dual language system for generations, and it continues to thrive. No one knows exactly when or how this division started. Elders say it has always been this way. Linguists have visited the village, trying to study its roots. But even with modern research, the exact origin remains unknown. What is clear, however, is that Abang is a living example of how culture and language can evolve in unexpected, beautiful ways. In Abang, language is more than a means of communication, it is a cultural identity, carried and passed down over generations. The community does not see the separation between male and female speech as a conflict or confusion. Instead, it is accepted as normal, even sacred. From birth, children are mostly raised in the company of women, mothers, sisters, aunties. As a result, both boys and girls start by speaking the female language. It is the language of the home, of early learning, and everyday care. Words like ariga for clothing and lilian for water become part of their first vocabulary. But something significant happens around the age of 10. As boys begin to grow and spend more time with the men in the farms, in the village meetings, they start switching to the male language. This transition is not taught in school, nor is it forced by any formal rule. It happens naturally, as if the mind of the child senses the cultural timing. According to the village elders, this moment marks a rite of passage, an unspoken tradition that signals maturity. When a boy begins to say inki instead of ariga, no one congratulates him. No one instructs him. But everyone notices. And just like that, through shared understanding and unwritten custom, the next generation continues the legacy. What's most striking about Abang's linguistic uniqueness is that, despite having two separate languages, there is no barrier between the sexes. Men and women go about their daily lives with full understanding of one another. There are no translators. There is no confusion. Communication remains smooth, even fluid. This is because every person in Abang is bilingual by exposure. While women use their own words among themselves and with children, they also understand the male vocabulary. Men, on the other hand, may stop using the female language as they grow older, but they never forget it. This mutual understanding ensures that households, markets, farms, and community gatherings function normally. It is not about control, dominance, or separation. The dual language system in Abang is instead a quiet celebration of identity. In a world where linguistic differences often lead to misunderstandings or cultural gaps, Abang stands as a rare example of harmony through contrast. The people do not question the system, they embrace it. It is simply part of who they are. The men of Abang speak one way. The women speak another. Yet the community speaks as one. Despite attention from researchers, journalists, and linguists, no one has been able to fully explain why or how this phenomenon began. The people of Abang don't claim to have answers either. For them, it is simply tradition. Some believe the roots of this dual language system lie in ancient migration patterns. Others think it may have been influenced by early gender roles that later evolved into distinct linguistic branches. But no theory has been confirmed. The community itself has limited written records. Most of Obang's history is oral, passed down through storytelling, proverbs, and daily practice. This makes the preservation of language even more remarkable. Over time, modern influences, mobile phones, social media, television, have reached the village. Younger generations are exposed to Nigerian Pidgin and English more than ever before. Yet, within the walls of their homes and hearts, the people still hold fast to their unique tradition. To outsiders, it may seem like an oddity. To linguists, it's a subject for research. But to the people of Obang, it is a living heritage, something to protect, not explain. In a world that constantly pushes toward uniformity, the village of Obang quietly teaches a powerful lesson: difference does not mean division. Here is a place where two separate languages live side by side within the same community, not to isolate people, but to reflect a deeper cultural truth. Men and women may speak differently, but they listen the same. And in that listening, they find understanding. It's a system with no conflict. No superiority. Just shared acceptance. The elders of Obang say that language is not just for speaking, it is for belonging. And in their community, every voice, whether male or female, carries the weight of history. Obang may be a small village tucked in the hills of Nigeria, but its story stretches far beyond. It reminds the world that there are still places where culture grows not by force, but by quiet preservation, and where the beauty of difference is heard in every word spoken.